welcome to the Fintech Fridays series on the Sound of Accra podcast, where we unpack economic topics and affairs across the African continent. I'm your host, Adrian Daniels. This series on Fintech Friday is the third of 12 special episodes, where we explore blockchain technology and cryptocurrency in a lot more detail. Special thanks to sponsors Binance Africa. Binance is the world's leading blockchain ecosystem and cryptocurrency infrastructure provider with a financial product suite that includes the largest digital asset exchange by volume. Trusted by millions worldwide, the Binance platform is dedicated to increasing the freedom of money for users and features an unmatched portfolio of crypto products and offerings, including trading and finance education, data and research, social good, investment and incubation, decentralization and infrastructure solutions, and more. For more information, please visit www.binance.com. For more information, disclaimers, risk warnings, and links, please check the podcast description section below on the podcast player. In today's episode, we will explore why the blockchain technology has the potential to significantly enhance financial inclusion in Ghana by providing secure, transparent, and efficient financial services. Here are a few ways it can revolutionize the financial landscape. By the way, references used in today's episode will be found in the podcast player description section below. So, let's get straight into it. Now, the adoption of blockchain technology in Ghana, it really does present significant opportunities for financial inclusion, but it also faces considerable challenges. Here's an example of how blockchain can revolutionize financial access in a country. And I want to give you a few examples. I want to give you a few opportunities in terms of how this could be possible. One opportunity we can look at is cost reduction and efficiency. Now, blockchain technology can lower transaction fees, and that's very, very clear, right? And it can also expedite payment processes. Payments can be done in split seconds, right? Making financial services even more affordable and accessible. Now, this is particularly beneficial for cross-border transactions, for sure. In Ghana, financial costs are accumulating and some cases are still slow. When you look at international bank transfers to Ghana, this could take a number of days. And if you're using platforms like World Remit to transfer funds to an individual, this could even take hours. Now, you could use remittance platforms and mobile money, which could be a lot quicker, where transfers could literally take moments to complete. But however, in terms of the sender bearing the costs, in this case, the recipient may still have to bear the costs due to policies like Ghana's e-levy, meaning that depending on the amount received, there may be a fee involved for the recipient to pay. Another opportunity we could look at is enhanced accessibility. If we eliminate the middleman, the blockchain allows direct transactions between parties, potentially increasing access to financial services for underserved and unbanked populations. This capability is crucial in a country like Ghana, where many people are unbanked. So just imagine, no more needing to go to the Momo man or the mobile money man, no more needing to go to a Western Union branch, and no more needing to rely on someone else to access funds. It's all digital, meaning even just a smartphone would be enough. Another one we can look at is secure digital identities. I know in Ghana we now have the Ghana card, but the blockchain can help create secure digital identities, which are essential for accessing financial services. This can be particularly beneficial in rural areas where traditional identification documents may be lacking, right? Now in Ghana, we've seen how the Ghana card has become that one-stop shop in terms of digital identity. In previous episodes in this special Fintech Friday series of Binance Africa, we've already discussed how the current Ghana Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, has expressed his desire for Ghana to become the first blockchain-powered government. If this happens, it will definitely see an upgrade to the Ghana card for sure, where it will be even more digital than physical, even though digital data is tied to the Ghana card, meaning more opportunities to implement the blockchain is possible. And I think this will also make it easier and cheaper for the lower-class Ghanaians to have access to their own identity, which could even be tied to a digital wallet in the future. How about that? I think this would be amazing. Let's not also forget about decentralized finance, also known as DeFi. Now with the DeFi, blockchain will enable DeFi platforms to offer financial services without traditional middlemen like banks. Now, this will provide access to things like loans, savings, and investment opportunities, all on a digital platform to those who are unbanked or underbanked. Now, having access to microfinance for the average Ghanaian could be an absolute game changer in this manner, where we don't have to rely on credit ratings, credit scores, and things like that. So far in this episode, we've discussed some of the opportunities. Let's take a look at some of the challenges. In terms of lack of infrastructure, the adoption of the blockchain in Ghana is hampered by inadequate technological infrastructure and support systems. Now, many banks and financial institutions lack the necessary resources to implement blockchain solutions effectively. If Ghana is set to have the first blockchain-powered government, I don't see why banks won't be able to tap into this technology in the near future. Because of the lack of regulations surrounding the blockchain, there really isn't a lot of companies trying to exploit the blockchain technology on the continent. The absence of clear regulations governing blockchain technology poses a significant barrier to its adoption. Now, without a uniform legal framework, there's uncertainty clearly regarding the compliance and operational standards, which can put off investment and innovation for sure from other companies around the world. Now, in terms of challenges, there's also a high cost of implementation for sure. I mean, this is all still early days. Blockchain is still in its infancy. Now, the initial costs associated with developing the blockchain-enabled system are quite substantial, and just imagine how more expensive it will be in Africa. Now, this will include not only the technology itself, but also the energy costs associated with powering the blockchain networks, which can impact profitability for banks operating in Ghana. I would expect the technology to get cheaper in the future, and also I think over time the infrastructure should also improve. Last but not least, let's look at educational barriers. Now, in Ghana, these are one of the countries which, although it's well known for its education standards, it also has a high level of illiteracy and also poverty, meaning that many potential users find it difficult to understand or utilize blockchain-based services, or are also unable to learn about blockchain-based services. And I think it's great to hear about the good work Binance is doing with this gap, such as Binance Labs and Binance Academy, and they're using such institutions, such platforms to help close this educational gap. So, you've heard it, listeners. Now, while blockchain technology holds transformative potential for enhancing financial inclusion in Ghana by reducing costs, increasing accessibility, and providing secure identities, overcoming the associated challenges is crucial for its successful implementation. I mean, if we address financial problems, if we address infrastructure deficits, if we establish, regulation frameworks, if we're able to manage implementation costs better, and whilst improving digital literacy, I think these are all big steps forward towards tapping into the full potential of the blockchain technology in Ghana for the sake of the financial landscape. Thanks guys for listening to today's episode. Once again, for more information on Binance and the disclaimers, risk warnings and links, please check the podcast description section below. You'll also find references from today's episode. Thank you for listening.